Hello, I am Tara from livingonadime.com, the author of the Dining on a Dime cookbook, where you can eat better and spend less. Today I am here with my wonderful assistant, Heidi, and we are talking about side hustles where you can earn $1,000 to $2,000 a month. That seems impossible, but she has done it for years. Hello, Heidi!
Oh.
All right, no pressure, huh? All right,
No
here's
pressure.
the thing. You're a stay-at-home mom, right?
For 15 years, yep.
And how many kids do you have?
I have 4 boys.
And why did you decide to start doing side hustles?
Because my budget for food, gas, and clothing was $100 a week.
Wow. Okay. That would be a
That
good
was
reason.
15 years ago.
Say that again.
15 years ago, but that was still, I had 2 little boys at the time, and that was gas, food, and clothing.
Yeah.
Anything we needed, household, it was $100 a week.
Yeah. So how did you come about to start doing these types of things?
I wanted to earn extra money.
It really boils down to that, doesn't it?
Yeah. I just thought, I just sat there and thought of ways that I could make extra money. What could I do to earn? I was desperate to earn extra money because I wanted to be able to not live so tight with the grocery budget and with the clothing budget and just having fun money.
And now you guys, I'm assuming this is okay to say, but now you guys are trying to get your house paid off. And
it paid off in a few months. Yeah.
Oh, yay! And how long have you had your house?
10 years.
So you will have had your house paid off in 10 years. That is great. Yeah, that is really good. Okay, so back to wanting to do it. I really think it's a desire to want to do it and stop making excuses. I know this is going to be the theme of our shows this year, is to stop making excuses, because really anybody can figure out something they can do. It's just a matter of if you want to do it. Now, one of the ways that you started with technology, which is wonderful, is on eBay. So why don't you give us a little rundown of how you sold things and earned money on eBay?
All right. Well, eBay, goodness, I opened my eBay profile in 2004, which I think is kind of a little late in the game. I have a friend that started in 1999, but back then you had to pay for every listing. eBay has really changed, but I've always kept up with the changes. I taught myself how to do eBay. Anyone can teach themselves. There was not YouTube. There was not blogs back then when I taught myself how to do eBay. I had to actually go to the post office to mail things. It was very different back then. It was a lot harder. You can teach yourself how to do eBay. We're not going to go into that today, but
basically, just so people know real quick, not to interrupt, but because I know I'm going to get this question, well, how did you learn? Guys, watch every single YouTube video you can watch, read every blog post you can watch. There is millions and millions of tutorials all over the place. Us telling you one specific one isn't really going to help you. You need to do the research yourself. It's like when I started making soap as a side hustle. I just watched video after video of people making soap and learning how to do it. You are learning a new trade, so put the time and effort into searching it and learning how to do it. So that's what it boils down to on how to find it, right?
Definitely. Doing your research. You're going to make mistakes. I have sold a couple things at a loss in the beginning because I did not know what I was doing. I chalked that up to just a learning lesson, a mistake I made. But I will give you a couple good pointers of things that do sell. I go to garage sales. I go to probably in the summer, at least 100 garage sales. That's where I get all my kids' clothes. But I'm also looking for things to sell on eBay. And I'm looking for cheap things. I do not spend a lot of money on things like 50 cents to $1. I think the most I've ever spent to sell something on eBay was $10, but it was a men's Columbia down jacket. I knew it would sell for $100. So I did pay $10 for that.
Yeah.
I knew that was a guaranteed sell.
Yeah.
So literally when I am garage selling, and if you're the type of person that can, you know, walk into a room and pick out the most expensive things, if you just know quality things, if you have that knack and you go to a garage sale and you're like, that's interesting. That I bet is a good brand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it looks quality. It's only 50 cents. You can stand there on your phone and look it up. And it's not looking on eBay for what things are listed for. You need to search what things have actually sold for.
Yeah.
That is the most important.
And
know that,
one thing, while you're at the garage sale looking up at it though, have it in your hand. Because I have had other people come as I was searching something and literally snatch it out from underneath me.
We're in Minnesota. Everyone's nice here.
Well, not in Colorado. Let me tell you, in Colorado, they will snatch it away from you. So hold it. Have a pile of your stuff right there as you're looking up all this stuff or whatever. And what I do is quickly go through and pick all the things that I think would sell well. Then I look them up. Then I put them back if they're not going to do that. So I didn't mean to interrupt, but that is important here.
No, I don't know if I said this, but know that whatever it's selling for, you're going to lose about 20% in fees. Mm-hmm. And shipping has just gone through the roof lately. Shipping is so expensive. So you can do it one of two ways. You can either, you know, weigh the item and measure the item and put that in there so you're charging the exact shipping. Or what I do is I mark up the price and I always offer free shipping. Yeah. That's just something that I do. Mm-hmm. And so know that I'll have to pay shipping plus about 20% in PayPal fees and eBay fees for the item. But you can still make I have made thousands and thousands of dollars on eBay. Yeah. The other thing that I think is one of the best things for eBay is selling parts.
When you told me that, I was like, what? Because I was thinking, what are you talking? And then you explained, and I was like,
I have an example.
Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant! I thought that was brilliant.
So I had a vacuum for 2 years that I got at Goodwill, and I paid $10 for this vacuum. It was in great shape. Used it for 2 years. A part broke. My husband fixed it, but then it broke again to the point where we couldn't fix it. So I took it apart. This is just one of the parts. It's the hose, right? Mm-hmm. It was a canister, so it's got the on-off switch. Mm-hmm. So just this part alone, and it is every single one that has been put on eBay has sold for $55 to $100. This is just one part. The other, there's lots of parts to it. You could take out, I don't do this, but you could potentially take out the motor and sell the motor. Yeah. You can so anything around your house that breaks, ceiling fan parts, those always sell. The hardware to a ceiling fan. Oh my goodness. I've had a friend take apart her washing machine that broke. And you a lot of times end up selling all the parts for more than the item costs new. Almost every time. So
wow. That could be lucrative.
When I'm said and done with this vacuum, I bet I'll have made $200 on it, and I paid $10 for it at Goodwill and used it for 2 years.
That's the best kind, is when you buy something and use it for so long. Like one time we got a rocker out of the dumpster. It was missing one screw. We used it with our first 2 kids for 2 years. Went to move, had a garage sale. I spent 40 cents on a screw and I sold it for $40. I was like,
I know, it just seems crazy, and you just, you giggle to the bank because you just feel like, wow, I'm making money here off stuff that would go in the garbage.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's funny is people will are dining on a dime at thrift stores and yard sales, and they'll turn around and sell them on eBay and Amazon because people have them listed for ridiculous prices. I mean, it's crazy. And I look at that and I'm like, okay. But they do. Yep. More power to them. I say if they can, go for it. So I think the part thing is brilliant. So what are some other things, because you gave me several examples of parts aside from a vacuum and a washer, what are some other things that you can part out?
Well, I mean, you can part out, okay, I found a dehumidifier on the side of the road that I parted. I mean, you can find things on the side of the road. Do you know how many vacuum cleaners have been found on the side of the road that, you know,
exercisers, strollers.
I don't know if exerciser parts still sell as well as they did,
Okay.
but I have definitely, you can make, back in the day, I don't know if it's still true, you can make a few $100s on an exerciser.
That's crazy.
Just the seat alone, the cover alone, especially if it's an older one, definitely $30 just for that, you know.
Car parts are great if you have.
I've never done a car. I'd love to take apart a car.
We haven't, but BJ has. He has parted out his car. He was in an accident, and the parts that were good, he still he sold them. And I think, if I remember correctly, he earned $500 more than he paid for the car, and then the scrapyard gave him $200 for the car.
And he drove it for free for however long he drove.
Yeah. So I think that's brilliant. So just, the sky's the limit. Just go through eBay and start searching and see how many things you can sell, how many different things you could sell. And then what's common in your area?
Like an old food processor at Goodwill or Salvation Army. I don't know about your Salvation Army, but they'll sell things like a food dehydrator or a food processor for only a couple dollars because they don't know if it works.
Yeah.
Just the blades alone, you can make, $20 off just the blades and stuff. And then, I mean, I've sold lots of parts to food processors.
And who would have thought doing a side hustle with stuff you pick up on the side of the road?
I'm not as good at it as Janelle, but she sells a lot of stuff. I don't find a lot on the side of the road, but I have found multiple exercisers on the side of the road.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Okay, so we're going to close up this one with eBay because I knew that this would kind of go a little bit longer, but we're going to come back with our next episode on side hustles and things you can do to earn money, work from home, jobs that are super easy. Well, okay, not super easy necessarily, but things that you can do while you're at home with the kids. We're going to come back with the next episode, and we're going to be talking about selling on Facebook.
I just wanted to say one thing. You have the potential to earn $250 to $1,000 or more on eBay with just a little bit of work.
Wow, that much? Oh my.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I think the most I did was $2,500 in 1 month.
$2,500?
$2,500 in 1 month. Yep.
That's great. All right, so you're parting out all these things. You're getting things off the side of the road. One thing I would like to say real quick is, if you don't have good garage sales in your area, like Colorado doesn't, try different things. We have great thrift stores here, but we don't have good garage sales. Mom in Kansas had both great thrift stores and garage sales. So don't just limit it to things. Maybe you don't have either, but you have friends and family who get rid of a bunch of stuff. Ask them for it.
That is where you potentially don't have to buy anything, because people will just give you stuff. Nobody wants the hassle of doing it. So if you're a go-getter and you're willing to take something apart and clean it up and sell it, people will give you stuff.
Yeah, and put like on the neighborhood apps or Facebook Marketplace, those kinds of things, just put a thing out saying, looking for vacuum cleaners if anybody has one.
You don't have to work.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, so how much can you earn doing this a month?
With a little bit of effort, a little bit of work, you can potentially earn $250 to $1,000 pretty easily. The most I've earned is $2,500 in a month.
Wow, that's an income for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Man, that would be great. Okay. All right, guys. So we're going to wrap up on side hustles with eBay. And this is one work at home job that you can do. Fairly simple, straightforward. We're going to come back with the next episode, and we're going to talk about side hustles and Facebook Marketplace. Kind of similar, but we're just going to go ahead and break it up so that our videos aren't too long. So anyway, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you, Heidi, and visit us at livingonadime.com.